Hello learners and welcome to week 26 of Modern World 2. This week we are continuing with the Cold War and continuity and change. So you can see our pace chart here. So we are already halfway through this project. It's a very short one. Hopefully you've done your focus areas, you've completed your first checkpoint, and we are moving on to our second checkpoint with South America. Okay, you can see that right there. Okay, so our learning target for the week is I can successfully describe the most significant impact of U.S. Cold War actions on South America. Okay, and our engage is let's think about your lesson from last week with the U.S. and Central America during the Cold War. Can you recall what was the most significant impact of U.S. Cold War actions on Central America? So think about the lesson from last week, think about what the U.S. did and what was the most significant thing that we did to Central America involving the Cold War. Can you remember what countries were involved? So just think about all of those things because we're going to build upon them. And this week we're learning about South America. So we're going further south. So this week we're going to continue with the Cold War and move on to U.S. actions in South America. Okay, so you can look at, read, and take notes on the document set of your choosing. Just like last week, I kind of forgot to mention that. Chile or Argentina. And I'm going to give you a shout out here already and say that Chile might be the easiest one to do because when I was looking, I found more resources on Chile. You can definitely look at the document about Argentina in Summit, but Chile just has a lot more resources to go along with the document organizer then. So you're more than welcome to do Argentina, but everything that I really found was about the Cold War in Chile, and there wasn't a ton of information on Argentina. So as well as the South America graphic organizer found in checkpoint number 2 in Summit, you can use that. The document sets include information from the time of the Cold War up to present day. Okay, so there's a great presentation called Chile Coup, and it talks about what happened there and the uprising and the Chilean military deployed against protests for the first time. So since Pinochet, that deals with present time, so the continuity of what happened during the Cold War up until today. And there's some more videos down below. Now the screencast is a little bit long, so I'm just going to give you a kind of a warning, but it does have a lot of great information. And there's another one here that is about 2 minutes long, and then there's a Quizlet down below. So after you learn all about Chile or Argentina or whatever one that you choose to do, you're going to then do a little bit of explanation. So after learning about the Cold War in South America, what do you believe this political cartoon represents? Please pay particular attention to the American hat, the bat, and the dominoes. So look what the hat says, or I'm sorry, look what the bat says, look what is on the person's head. Notice the hat. He is saying some presidents that are a little far to the left, and he is going to do something with the bat. So kind of keep in mind, as America, what have we been doing in Central and South America? Okay, you're going to check your understanding of the Cold War in South America with the quiz review there. And then after learning about the U.S. and South America during the Cold War, you're going to complete checkpoint number 2, telling me what you believe was the most significant impact of U.S. Cold War actions on South America. Okay, and then there's a little bit of a rubric. And then just tell me what you learned from this lesson, which hopefully you learned a lot because these are countries that we don't talk a lot about. We don't talk obviously about Chile or Argentina very much. So again, this whole project is what is the Cold War and how did it affect Latin America? So the whole area down there with South America, Central America, they're just calling it that whole region. So for the project, you're investigating the impact of the Cold War in Latin America, considering how it impacted politics, the economy, and the quality of life. Further, what are the lasting consequences of the Cold War? So you learn about the impacts such as how the Cold War initiated destabilization in many Latin American countries, and this is in turn how this in turn has led to an immigration crisis where many are forced from their countries and seeking asylum. So you're going to use this information and you're going to complete the 2 projects then. And project number 1 is just basically learning about the impact of the U.S. Cold War in Latin America. So these are all of the checkpoints that you've been doing thus far. And then the part 2 is the continuity of today. And there have been resources that have talked about what's been going on today. I think I threw in an immigration one last week. And then this week I threw in one with Chile. So thinking about how, the actions from the past can affect the future. And it kind of goes along with when people say, why do I need to study history? It goes along with, if you understand Cold War, you can understand, immigration and what's happening more today. Okay, COG skills, inquiry with argumentative claim, picking evidence, explaining your evidence, tracing the Cold War to today, like I said before, organizing, representing information, making a timeline, showing like events, constructing evidence-based explanation of what has happened. Okay, and the habit of success is curiosity. So throughout the project, you have opportunities to reflect on what you're curious about. Being curious about the past can help us better understand the present and think about the future. Okay, so any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. But like I said, this is a very short project, so I'm making sure that you are staying on pace. Okay, thanks so much, and bye.